3 to 5 words that I would use to describe the Liberty 2 Pro are unexpectedly great.
The Liberty 2 Pros, they're like the Ferrari of true wireless headphones.
Well, I've tried several different types of true wireless headphones, and in my experience, the Liberty 2 Pro is the most full-sounding, the easiest to listen to, and the most comfortable.
I was really impressed that Soundcore had released another amazing product that fit in my ear really well, and also it did sound really good. The high end was very sparkly but smooth, and then the lows are extreme. It's insane the amount of low end information that's coming out of that little pinhole of a speaker.
With a coaxial driver, instead of having one speaker here and one speaker here, it's literally 2 speakers inside of one another, so that they can both create the sound and hit your ear at the same time. So there's no delay from the lows and the highs, which could create phase cancellation between the high frequencies and low frequencies. So when you listen to music on these, the sound is just hitting your ears at all at the right time, no cancellation, and you get an amazing sound stage from it.
As listeners, we've taken a huge hit over the past 15, 20 years. Quality has been reducing. Albums sounded a little bit better than CDs, and MP3s sound worse. And all of our transducers, they've become more convenient. They're smaller, they're easier, like you have small Bluetooth speakers. Everything's easier and more convenient, but none of it sounds better. So it doesn't add to the musicality, it adds to convenience. These are very convenient, but they actually sound better. So more musical would be how I would describe it.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Soundcore Sessions. My name's Sean. I'm a brand manager here at Soundcore, and I've got great artists lined up today. I'm going to bring her in straight away. This is Hannah Dorman. Hey,
Hello.
how are you doing?
Hello, thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. I'm great.
Good.
I'm very excited for today. I've been looking forward to it. I know some of the guys in the community are looking forward to it.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So I'm going to leave you to it.
Fab, thank you.
Go straight in with a track. Then I'm gonna come back in. We're gonna have a little talk about everything and find out what you've been up to.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah, sounds good. So right, I'll leave you to it. And ladies and gentlemen, Hannah Dorman.
Thank you. Okay, so this first one is a song called About You. Down, I got it about but not about so loud. But I'll leave you to figure it out. There you go, to the big old world. I'm alone in this big old home. It's enough that I ain't going nowhere. But you'll find I said it all the time, and I lied, I'm waving it goodbye for now. Till you come around, you got something about you, and even when I try to, I know the way, you feel so far away. I still want to say But oh, you'll find us headed all the time, and oh, I lied, I'm waving it goodbye for now, till you come around. Oh, there's something about you, and even when I try to hide it all away, it feels so far away, I lost the words to say. And even when I got you, I find it hard to try to hide it all away. A lot I'm not okay, but no, I don't know, what do you mean? No, I don't know, what do you mean? No, I don't know, what do you mean? But no, I don't know, what do you mean? No, I don't know, what do you mean? No, I don't know, what do you mean? Oh, you got something about you, and even when I try to hide it all away, it feels so far away, I lost the words to say. And even when I got you, I find it hard to try to hide it all away. I lied, I'm not okay, I lost the words to say. And hide it all away. I lied, I'm not okay, I lost the words to say. Oh, and hide it all away. I lied, I'm not okay, I lost the words to say. Thank you.
Woohoo!
Thanks. I always
That's
find that on these kind of streams, when you're doing it on your own especially, like there's no actual audience, you're just like, thank you. Okay.
No, you've got us. You've got us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's good fun.
Yeah. So for everyone, this is their first time hearing you, seeing you. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Hannah Dorman, as you know, and I'm a musician. I'm a singer-songwriter. All the songs that I'm going to do today are my own, and I'm also a YouTuber as well. So I started doing the old YouTube game about 5 years ago now, which is crazy. And I just kind of started off doing, well, I've kind of always uploaded covers and that kind of standard stuff. But then I really wanted to target, like really narrow down my target market. And I also wanted to go away, do a bit of writing, but didn't want to completely like drop off the scene. And I love doing makeup, and I love all like the beauty side of things as well. So I did a Halloween tutorial, went down really well, and I kind of started incorporating that into it.
What did you do for Halloween? What was it?
It was a sugar skull tutorial. So it was like one of the Day of the Dead type thing.
Yeah, they look awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, which was good fun. And then it just carried on from there. Then I started uploading weekly, and then it just went from there. And then now I'm on like nearly 14.5k, uploading twice a week, and it's going really well.
I guess it kind of goes hand in hand being a musician, because like you said, you can, if you feel like picking up your guitar and my dog's
There's
just
your puppy. Oh.
yeah, so I guess if you feel like picking up the guitar and playing a song, you can upload it to YouTube. But then at the same time, yeah, I think that's smart.
Thank you. It's good fun. I kind of think of it as like an online CV. So I feel like you can go on there, you can hear my songs, you can hear my voice, you can also see my interests, like what I do, and
see your personality as well.
Exactly, yeah. It's really good fun. I think it's nice because you can stay connected with people a lot better, and it's just fun. Like I think as much as obviously just uploading the covers and the music stuff is amazing for showcasing you as a musician, you don't always get the personality side of it. So it's nice that people
kind of saturated as well, maybe.
Yeah, it's really difficult. So it's good fun. Yeah.
Everyone's going to be uploading a cover like.
Yeah, as soon as Ariana Grande releases a new song, everyone's on it. So yeah, I do that, and I do the makeup in the music video.
I like that.
Yeah,
I don't think I could pull that off.
Oh, you never know. You never know. It's 2020.
No, I remember back in the day when maybe similar, not quite as dedicated, but yeah, my bands used to try and get involved in the YouTube game, because you're right. Because if you disappear to write music, you drop off, like someone else is going to jump in your spot.
That's the thing. Yeah, I thought if I go away for 6 months writing, people are going to forget who I am when I come back. And I know it's like, it doesn't seem that long, but when there's someone else that's going to come in and do the same thing that you're doing, it's quite a long time in the industry.
And you mentioned it's like a good way of staying connected to everyone in the fan base and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
2020 has been the year for staying connected in so many different ways.
Yeah, like this feels completely normal now. Whereas this time last year, we would have been like, wow, what are we doing? This is cool.
Yeah, I mean, like to me, like the whole idea of doing like video calls and stuff, like, don't get me wrong, I used to like FaceTime people because I thought it was hilarious. You know, like, but not actually have full-blown conversations with people.
Yeah, I know. It's mad, isn't it?
So I guess that's been keeping you busy, like, during the whole lockdown period?
Yeah, loads. Like, I've been trying to do as much as I can online, because obviously, like, I mean, I'm a working musician, so gigging is how I earned my living. I say earned because it's not quite anymore, but as soon as the lockdown happened, I lost all my gigs, so I was just trying to do everything as much as I can online, and like online gigs and busking I used to do a lot, so online busking.
Yeah, I saw you got into the street performance.
Yeah, that's really cool, because I'm in Guildford and we don't have to have a street light, you don't have to license to perform here, which is really cool. So it's awesome for anyone who wants the opportunity to get into it. You just go out, have a go. And
you have the music college down in Guildford, don't you?
Yeah, ACM.
Yeah. So is that why you don't need to have a license? Are the students just allowed to be like, I don't know,
maybe
a musical town?
Maybe because it's the same in Brighton. You don't need one in Brighton, and then there's BIM down there. So maybe they've given us a chance.
And so you went to ACM? Yeah,
I did. Yeah.
Okay, so anyone that's watching that doesn't know what we're talking about right now, ACM is like you can explain it better than me because I haven't been, but it's music college, isn't it?
Yeah, the Academy of Contemporary Music. So you can study vocals, guitar, drums, bass, keyboard, music production. You can do tour management. There's the business side of things as well. So it's really diverse. And I went, instead of going to college, I went straight there and did a four years. So
really,
yeah, did a degree as well. Yeah.
So what did you specialise in?
I did vocals, vocal diploma. Then I did an artist development and songwriting higher diploma. Then a vocal degree with the like songwriting artist side to it as well. Yeah. So should know what I'm talking about, but I don't know.
I'm sitting there like, whoa.
Yeah. Come to me for all of your vocal and artist needs. I should know.
Yeah, link in the comments. That could be a thing in lockdown. You could start online classes.
Yeah, I've actually been talking to someone about something, so you never know.
Oh, I'll touch something there. Right, I think it's time for some more music. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'll leave you to do a couple of songs before I jump back in. So I'll leave you to it, and here's Hannah.
Thank you. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do one which has a bit of a lockdown story to it. So this one I did. So basically, when lockdown came about, I realised quite quickly that my boyfriend's 30th birthday was on the 18th of April, and I was like, that's all plans out the window then. So I realised that everything that we had planned, I couldn't see him. He has someone vulnerable in the house. His brother has cystic fibrosis. So it was like no rules could be broken at all. Not that they would. I've been very good in the lockdown. And yeah, so he's always wanted me to write a song for him. So I thought I'll surprise him. I'll write a song, and I got in touch with a guy who, Sean, I don't know if you actually know him, Matt O'Grady, he produced an EP of mine 4 or 5 years ago, a long time ago. Got in touch with him and I was like, could you please mix this, explain the situation? And he did, he was up for it and did it, got it out. It was a chaotic couple of weeks, but I wrote the song, got it mixed, did a video, got it out, released on his birthday. It had radio play as its first, play, and it was so cool. And he had no idea, didn't suspect a thing. So it was amazing. It was really good. So yeah, I wrote the song, and I think a lot of people, obviously at the time, a lot of people could relate to it, probably still can, because we're still obviously not completely out of it. But it's called See You Soon, and yeah, It goes a little something like this. But I always wait till something's gone wrong. Right now the world ain't right, and you are out of sight. I won't let it burst my bubble, keep the bells ringing on. Fought long and hard to find the one. Now I can see you, it hurts a ton. All I can do is write this song. A different kind of life. Well, it could be nice if you were by my side. Oh, for long and hard to find the one. Now I can see you, it hurts a ton. All I can do is write this song. Thank you. There was my little like. Thanks everyone. Don't imagine the virtual claps, but yeah. So that was Billy's birthday song, which is nice, and he loved it. Like it was really good. It worked out perfectly, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like I didn't see him for his birthday, but then I got a good song out of it, and like helped loads of other people because loads of other people were going through the same thing. So yeah, just trying to make the best of a bad situation, really. It was one of those things where on the day, it was quite good to distract me because I obviously would have just felt really sad otherwise, and we FaceTimed a lot throughout the day anyway, but yeah, I'm glad that I had something to keep me occupied, keep my brain occupied, and just a positive out of it, because when I was doing it, I was doing the video, if you want to go and have a little look, the video's on YouTube now, but it's really fun. So I basically like blew up loads of balloons, made my own little party for him, put a load of little like, I don't know, like in-jokes between us in the whole thing. So yeah, it was really, really special. But when I was doing it, it was so much fun, but then had this like darker side to it. I was like, oh no, actually the real reason I'm doing it is because I can't see him. So, and I didn't see him in June after all that. It was July, but you know, so yeah, if anyone, I guess people still isolating, aren't they? And a few people still haven't even like hugged their parents and stuff, which is insane, or grandparents. So yeah, but it was 3.5 months we went without seeing each other, and it was crazy. So all these new restrictions that are coming in, I'm like, oh no, I can't do it again. But we've kind of made our own bubble now, so you know, it's what it is. We've just got to adapt, haven't we? So talking of distraction, this next one I'm going to do is called Distract Me, and it was my single before See You Soon. So last year this one came out. Quite a similar thing really. The music video is really fun. Just, you know, if you want to go and have a look, there's loads of fun music videos around. And it is basically my bassist, my backing vocalist, and Billy, my boyfriend, just trying to distract me for 3.5 minutes. And it's just, or 3 minutes or so. It's really, really funny. They're just like throwing balloons and feathers and all sorts at me. So if you want to go and have a look at that, please do. But yeah, this is called Distract Me. It's available on all streaming platforms as well, if you want to go and have a little listen. And so is See You Soon, that's available as well. Not Corona, I promise. I feel like you've got to say that every time we cough now, haven't we? Go on, distract me. Come on, take it away. Take it away. You're like a drug, but it's all fake love. And no, I know it'll never be enough. It's just how I feel in this fantasy. And now I'm thinking maybe it's a thing. Whoa, typical me. I'm hooked on a feeling that isn't real. So go on, distract me. Come on, take it away. Take it away. So go on, distract me. Come on, 'cause I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling it today. Oh, pick me up, 'cause I'm falling down. No, I'm not proud, but you're all I have for now. I want you to heal all of me. Just say some things that I wanna hear. Whoa, you're falling for me. Well, now that's my fantasy. So go on, distract me. Come on, take it away. Take it away. So go on, distract me. Come on, 'cause I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling it today. I want you to come and take this away from me, so that I can hear. And I want you to come and take this away from me, so that I can hear. So go on, distract me. Come on, take it away. Take it away. So go on, distract me. Come on, 'cause I'm feeling it today. I'm feeling it today. I want you to come and take this away from me, so that I can hear. I want you to come and take this away from me, so that I can hear. So go on, distract me. Thanks. That was Distract Me.
Woo! I nearly jumped back in after after the first one. I was like,
You could have.
I need to let her perform.
It's all right. I mean, to be honest with you, I would go on for another hour if you didn't just. Oh, no, she's still talking.
Yeah, cool. I'll be back in an hour then.
Yeah. So everyone.
Those songs were awesome. That one you wrote for your boyfriend. That's what was his reaction?
So it was really funny because I had to get. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell his family or anything. My best friend knew that was it.
Best friend knows everything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like a thing like, oh, don't tell anyone, but obviously she's gonna know. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I told his mum to get I was like, can you make sure like you've got the radio on and play Eagle Radio, which is a local station here, which has just been taken over by like a greatest hits radio, which is so sad. But yeah, so I was like, can you get Eagle Radio on at 10:30? I was like, on Saturday. Didn't say anything else, like there's a surprise. They're like, okay. And then it came to like, I don't know, 20 past or something, and I was like, you need to get it on. I didn't hear from anyone, and I was like, I was sweating, I was like shaking. I was like, he's gonna miss it, miss it. Like, and I got all of his friends to listen. I was like, you need to listen as a surprise. So everyone was listening but him. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna go so wrong. So I like phoned his mum, I texted his brother. I was like, can you get someone to like make sure that, anyway, in the end it was on. And then the radio DJ, she was playing Dido beforehand. It was a really like sentimental, I can't remember, which song was it? I can't remember which one it was. But it was like really meaningful for the fact that we weren't together. And then Billy texted me, was like, oh, did you request Dido for me? That was so sweet. And I was like, you have no idea what's coming. Like, I have no idea. So yeah, it was really cool, and he loved it. He was like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, it was cool.
That's
it was good.
And then yeah, it's just a great song in general.
Thank you.
So, what is for because like you just mentioned, like we're both in the UK, and it's a very tough time at the minute for musicians, anyone in entertainment, really.
Yeah.
So I guess you've got your YouTube. Mm-hmm. You're with us. We've got a page for you over on community.soundcore.com where everyone can check out Hannah Dorman, and Hannah's going to have a profile there as well.
Oh, thank you.
She'll be hanging around on there. But what else? So what have you got planned, and how can people support you for the rest of the year, really?
So I was doing online streams every Monday. I did them because as I was like music, gigging, everything was my complete income, and then busking as well was just basically my whole income. So as soon as that all stopped, I started doing online busking sessions type thing with like the PayPal me link, which was really cool. And then I've wound those down as everything started to open up again and get a bit busier. But now obviously it's all locking up again. I'm looking at ways to kind of make it like bigger and better into like more of a show type thing, which is gonna be really cool. So I don't know if to make that ticketed or that kind of stuff, but yeah, YouTube. I do a bit on Fiverr. I don't really talk about it too much, but that's another thing that I do a bit of like session work, I guess, on there, just to try and keep afloat. But yeah, it's just kind of all that stuff, the support. Subscribe, watch the ads on YouTube, that'd be great, thank you. That kind of thing really helps. So yeah, but I've got, well, I guess was going to be one more single, which is it's going to be the song that I'm playing next, which is going to be coming out next month, but also another surprise which is coming out on hopefully Saturday. I just don't want to say too much about it in case like something drastically goes wrong, but yeah, stay tuned for something on Saturday.
You are full of surprises.
This is it, you see. It's kind of, you've got to keep everyone on their toes.
Yeah. So yeah, well, I think it's really cool you've got YouTube as well.
Yeah,
like,
it has saved me, to be honest with you. I think I feel really fortunate that, I mean, I'm on straight away. I signed on for Universal Credit, which I think loads of musicians did, and then there was a few grants going around, so which is good to help. But obviously, it's not, doesn't keep you going for the full 6 months or however long we've been in this. So
what do you? It's a silly question, I think, really, but like what. For you, what do you miss? Actually, I'm quite interested to know what do you miss most actually about playing shows? But then I've never performed, like done any busking. Like, how do those two differ? Being on stage, because when you're on stage, I feel like you I always used to laugh and say when you're on stage you can get away with anything. Like you're a character, kind of. Like you step on stage and you could be like quite shy in real life, but when you go on stage, you can put on a bit of like
bravado type. Yeah.
But I feel like when you're busking or doing an open mic night, like, you must have done open mic nights.
Yeah. That's how I started out. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're super exposed in those environments, and you can't get away with being like arrogant or being like, hey.
Yeah, the acoustic stuff is where, especially if you've been used to doing full band, because I've got a band who back me for like the live venue shows, and as much as you have to rely on other people in some way, so when you're playing on your own, like if I'm busking, I can be like, oh, I'll just extend this intro, or I don't want to start singing yet, or oh, I need to cough or something, or especially with hay fever season, I need to sneeze. I can get away with it because I can just turn away. But when you're live, obviously everything's super rehearsed, and unless you have a little jam. But yeah, you can get away with it. If I do a wrong chord, it's not going to be as noticeable as if I do it acoustic and all eyes are on you. So it's definitely more nerve-wracking doing like the laid back acoustic gigs, even though it seems, I don't know, it seems more like, oh, it's more chilled, but it's definitely more like you say, eyes on you.
You're more exposed.
100%, yeah.
And you're more likely to get found out if you're kind of doing it for the wrong reasons, I guess. There's loads of reasons. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
some people are natural entertainers.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in an offensive way, because some people are incredible entertainers, and their stagemanship or whatever is incredible, but perhaps technically they're maybe not the best vocalist. And I think the difference would be like doing open mic, you're going to get found out if you're not the best singer. You're going to...
Yeah, exactly. But if you're jumping around the stage, like, it looks good and everyone's having a great time.
Yeah, and everyone's like, okay, he didn't hit that note because he's just done a backflip across the stage.
Yeah, exactly. He's stage diving, but like, doesn't matter.
There's flames coming up out of everywhere. It's fine.
Yeah, the thing with busking as well, it's like, I'd say it's different. Busking's like a whole other ball game because it's like a marathon, because you're out there. I mean, I go out from like 11 till 2, so you're singing. I normally do about 3 or 4 45-minute sets.
Do you go around it in a lap? Is it the same songs?
No, firstly, I just like, I don't want to do that to the shops around me because I know it'll drive me insane. And I've worked in retail and I know what it's like hearing the same 10 songs all day. So I'm like, I can't do it to them.
That's what I was thinking. If I nipped in the shop for like maybe an hour and hear you singing like Coldplay and then
you come back
out, you're still doing it.
That's a long song. No, I do. I have a whole book. It's in a thing over there, and it's just full of like 4 hours worth of songs. Just because I can't, like, singing Valerie once or maybe twice a week is enough. I can't do it like in the same day. So yeah, that's the thing with it. And I guess people can come up to you and talk to you, and you're very exposed as a musician and as a person as well. Like, people will come up to you and speak to you about random. I had this. I mean, bless them, they're lovely, but I do get quite a lot of, like, there was one older chap who was chatting to me, and he must have had me for about 15 minutes, and I was just like, I'm really sorry, but I have to carry on, like, I have to work. Like, and you can't get away from them, and you have to be like,
you could get away from it, turned it into a song, just start playing some chords and then carry on talking and be like, honestly, I need you to leave now. Yeah,
some people just don't quite get the social cues, whereas if you're up on stage, you know, you're untouchable, if you know what I mean. So I guess it's the difference of that. But I think grounding, like, I think it's amazing for grounding. Like, if you think you're the best singer in the world, go busking and have 100 people walk past you and not notice you.
Yeah,
it brings you back down to earth. Like, so.
Yeah, I watched an incredible video on YouTube maybe last year, maybe even the year before. It was like a violinist or a classical musician that's played in like the biggest opera houses and the biggest shows to the biggest, like, most important audiences, and they went busking and everyone walked past them. But the minute someone revealed who they were, suddenly they had the biggest crowd, because everyone's like, oh, that's someone.
Yeah. So yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy how you will just walk someone, like, you could be the greatest musician that's ever lived, but people just switch off, don't they? They're in the world of their own.
Yeah, and especially if someone's like, you know, you pop into town and you've got to go to the bank really quickly, like, you're not going to sit around for 15 minutes and watch someone. But then some people do. So I think when people do stop and they come by and someone gives you a tenner or something, I'm like, are you sure? Like,
that must be the best feeling. That must be like the best. Like, for you as a person, one, and then as a musician, you're like, wow, that's like, I've connected with them. That's
Yeah, it's amazing. Like I think, like I say, on the one hand, yeah, it will bring you back down to earth, but it will make you so appreciative of everyone who does want to stop and talk to you, or I've had people book me for parties from busking, and it's just like, oh my God, like that's a real connection that means something, which is really nice. So yeah, it's so humbling. I do love it. I do.
Were you able to do any of that over the summer this year, or not really?
No, I mean, I know everything opened up on, what was it, July the 4th, wasn't it? But I personally thought the risk was too high, so I was just a bit too nervous to go out. Then I went out, I think it was last month I went out, which was really good. So it was amazing to be back out again, because I hadn't actually, apart from doing the live streams and like recording, I hadn't performed to anyone in months, and it was so weird. So that was really lovely. But then I feel like it's just rained ever since.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually been able to go. So weather's a big part of it.
So have you final question before I let you actually perform for us?
Oh, might try and tune at the same time.
Luckily, my voice has perfect pitch. So do you have plans for? Have you thought about planning for next year? Like any shows, or do you still feel like it's kind of early to be trying to do that? I mean, I've got musician friends that had tours booked maybe prematurely towards the end of this year, and they've already been rescheduled to early next year. And even then, it's a bit like
that's too soon. Yeah.
So do you have any foreseeable shows coming up, or
one which has been postponed from this year to next year? So I did this event called Scout About back in 2017, and it's a massive event for scouts and guides, and it was so good, and it was like, I think like 7,000 kids on site, and it was amazing. It was the biggest show I've ever played, and it was.
Did that used to have a different name? Or
I don't know.
I know what that event is. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was so good, and we did the Friday night and the Saturday night, and I mean, I felt like a celebrity for the weekend. It was amazing. Like, it was just kids like running up to me, coming and saying hi, like wanting things signed. It was what little girls who dream of being pop stars, their dreams are made of, and that was meant to be. It's every 3 years, so they got us back. So it was meant to be July, and obviously that got cancelled. And when that got cancelled, I think that was when everything hit me really hard.
Yeah.
So I found that really tough. But it's been postponed to next July. But I'm just like, I don't know if it'll happen or not, but just keep fingers crossed. But that's the only thing at the moment. So, yeah.
Well, I'm going to let you perform a final track for us.
Thank you.
So thanks for coming to Soundcore Sessions. And
thank you.
Thank you to everyone watching as well. You can catch more. We have them every Thursday. Community.soundcore.com to find out more information. There's links in the description. Hannah, we're going to get you back on and do some more performances.
Yeah, amazing.
Maybe get you on our podcast as well, because I want to learn some more about the makeup tutorials.
I'll teach you everything you need to know, don't worry.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave you to it. And then thanks everyone for watching. And I'll speak to you again soon, Hannah.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye. Hi. Right. So now for the next hour, we're going to... No, I'm joking. I'm going to do a little tune while I'm talking. I've never seemed to actually be able to master the tune and talk technique. But... we'll have a go. So this next one is it's going to be my next single. I'm being a bit vague about when it's coming out, but don't worry, I'm not one of those people that go, oh, I've got new music coming out, and then it never comes out. It's genuinely ready to go. I just haven't announced the date yet on my social, so that's why. But it's next month, which is very exciting. And yeah, I did the music video in the last 2 hot days we had here in the UK in September. It was mid-September time, and it was we had 2 days which was like a heat wave. Decided to film a music video in those 2 days, which was good, but it was outside, which was good because it was just me and the videographer, which meant it was all COVID safe. But that was really good fun, and it looked. And I had like all the inspiration is from that, and then my friend said to me that she had a similar experience not that long ago. And I was like, oh my God, that happened to me. So I wrote this song, and it's basically about when you're talking to someone and then they're all like, yeah, cool, we'll meet up, let's do something. And then nothing happens. And that's basically what the song is about. So it's all about that, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. Cool. So this is called Alone, and it's my next single. Oh, you got me alone. If it's so poisonous, why can't I ever stop? If I'm all that you want but never good enough, whoa, you want me alone. Now I know what you said is that you needed time, and as well as time, give a little sign to show you want me alone. But I found the light, you to shine. Whoa, you got me alone. Come on, do your worst, say your best, 'cause we're never meeting, no. Whoa, you got me alone. Come on, do your worst, say your best, 'cause we're never meeting, no. Never meeting, no. And I know it may be strong, but I feel it inside. And I know I'm not the only thing on your mind, no. Oh no. You can take it or leave, I'm not an easy find. And oh honey, no, I'm not the other girl this time. Oh no, but I found the light, I needed you to shine. Whoa, you got me alone. Come on, do your worst, say your best, 'cause we're never meeting, no. Whoa, you got me alone. Come on, do your worst, say your best, we're never meeting, no. No, we're never meeting. There are things that I thought about. There are words that I can't say out loud. No. There are things that I thought about. There are words that I can't say out loud. No. There are things that I thought about. There are words that I can't say out loud. Oh no. Oh, you got me alone. Come on, do your worst, say your best, 'cause we're never meeting, no. Whoa, you got me alone. Come on, do your worst, say your best, we're never meeting, no. We're never meeting, no. We're never meeting, no. We're never meeting, no. Thank you so much. Oh, I love a little train in the background there for you, some extra percussion. Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Hannah Dorman. Check out all the YouTubes, all the socials. I upload twice a week to YouTube, so if you like what you hear, vocally, personality, you want to see some makeup tips, a bit of Halloween stuff going on at the moment. I do a lot of reaction stuff as well, so it's all fun and games. So yeah, please come and join the gang and say hi, and hope you enjoyed. And thanks again to Sean for having me on.
Earphones usually use one of two drivers: dynamic, circular, for bass; balanced armature, square, for clarity and treble. Liberty 2 Pro combines both into a unique design The Astria Coaxial Acoustic Architecture. Its 11mm dynamic driver develops potent bass and power. With a customized Knowles balanced armature presenting the purest detail and treble. And in Liberty 2 Pro, these drivers are mounted coaxially. Treble inside bass for complete harmony. A treble filter ensures that the dynamic driver only outputs bass, so it doesn't interfere with the balanced armature, and Astria is aligned direct to ear to completely avoid any interference. The result is the purest sound over the most expansive sound stage for in-ear studio performance.